Okay, let's just get straight into it, huh? This is SCP-001, The Lock by QNTM. Yeah, okay. Item SCP-001, Object Class Safe, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-001 is to be kept locked along with all data pertaining to it inside the primary archival vault on Sublevel 1 of Site 10. The vault is a custom manufactured reinforced concrete and steel vertical octangular prism. See Appendix U for full schematics, with a 2,000 kilogram, 0.9 meter thick, time-locked access portal in the ceiling. The time-locking schedule should be classified and available only to Dr. Y. Mirsky. Access is conditional on 3-factor authorization. Example, keycard, fingerprint, passphrase. SCP-001 is among the safest artifacts in the Foundation's possession, and these measures are primarily intended to prevent theft. Description: SCP-001, which I will be furthering calling 1, is a smooth black, perfectly ellipsoidal I think it just means it's got similar dimensions. Onyx gemstone with a molted white pattern wrapped around its equator, encompassing its equator. Wrapped around its exterior, encompassing its equator in both poles, is a complex and layered fractal filigree of gold metal. The gold is sculpted into broad strokes, at which is now usually agreed to be the lower or south pole of the object, but with increasing latitude the pattern becomes progressively more I can read. God, I swear I can. I'm just so tired. Intricate! It becomes more intricate. Near the North Pole, also called the lock or singularity, see acquisition report below, the pattern complexity progresses beyond the capability of ocular or electron beam microscopes to resolve. Further investigation is pending advances in microscopic technology. The gemstone continuously emits a small quantity, I'm not reading those numbers, of thermal radiation in the microwave range. As a result, the gold filigree is warm to the touch. The white molted areas emit fractionally more radiation than the black onyx areas. Other than this, SCP-001 is totally inert. It is opaque to all forms of electromagnetic and hard radiation, and so indestructible. See log for Project Pluto below. Its onyx and gold composition is guessed from visual inspection, since the taking of samples for chemical analysis has proven impossible. The Project Pluto master log. The following experiments have failed to open one. Conventional lockpicking, brute force assault with hammer, chisel, sledgehammer, bolt cutters, welding torch, bandsaw, etc. Sustained heating to 5,000 degrees centigrade in industrial furnace. Artifact reflected all thermal energy, did not increase in temperature. Direct application of industrial cutting laser. I'm not reading those numbers. Artifact reflected all energy. Compression in vice, car crusher, hydraulic diamond face press, all destroyed. Application to corrosive acids and other highly oxidizing compounds, no reaction. Detonation of plastic and solid explosives up to 0.5 kilotons of TNT equivalent at point blank, no effect. Detonation of 15 kilotons of TNT equivalent atomic warhead at point blank, authorization granted retroactively by Dr. Mirsky, no effect. Project Pluto is immediately terminated by Dr. Hack, and this is marked out. And below that is written, Project Pluto is ongoing with the full support of Foundation resources by Dr. Mirsky. 1. Acquisition report. This is long. The earliest record of SCP-001 is the handwritten journal of the minor Scottish aristocrat Sir Edwin Young, 3rd Baronet, from 1611 to 1677. As was customary at the time, Young kept a cabinet of curiosities, a small room of artifacts of undetermined provenance, such as sculptures, preserved creatures, and trinkets. Young's journal includes references to his acquisition in 1954 of ein Bund Journal of and Filigate Gold, a friendliness beyond rational statement. It's written funny, so I read it funny. While traveling across the Mesopotamian desert, the journal indicates that one was buried in a ruin of a bittered, platted place older than days, or what Young took to be the temple to a fearsome death god. SCP-001 was found encased in stone at the center of 4 enormous runic stones. Young's journal includes a sketch, the most readable side, of the most well-preserved stone, but he was unable to read the runes or find a scholar who could translate them. Young's account of his journey to the location of the ruin is incomplete. It has not been yet located. Young's Seculations of Curious Providence lay in storage for several centuries after he died. In 1805, his descendants donated one to the Scottish National Museum in Edinburgh. The curators of the museum regarded one as an ancient, fragile, and priceless example of ancient Sumerian metalworking. They therefore failed to discover its anomalous warmth, its indestructibility, or its impossible microscopic scale construction. They were, however, able to identify the runes in Young's sketch as Tertiary Sumerian cuneiform, circa 3400 BCE. Only a partial translation is possible. With loss and we or I, a noun, uphut, probably a name, on this ending or finality, joy and permanence, possibly protection. Mr. McCandlish, who performed the translation, noted, "This appears to be some sort of incantation or spell of containment. Akunt is the name of whatever is imprisoned within the gemstone." One was placed on semi-permanent display in 1949. In 2003, Foundation staff observed that the molted white patterns on the surface of one resembled the cosmic microwave background, a pattern of microwaves encompassing the entire observable universe as mapped by NASA's Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy probe earlier that year. Closer inspection showed the two patterns to be identical. SCP-001, along with Bernard Young's journal, was immediately purchased by the Foundation Front A organization and transferred to Site 10, where Dr. Q. Hack and Dr. Y. Mirsky performed initial routine analysis. Research continues under the auspices of Dr. Mirsky, Dr. Hack having recently left the Foundation. Young's journal also includes several detailed sketches of one. In one of the sketch, a small object resembling a key is shown lifted into its North Pole. The key has not been discovered. Okay, so it's just a small little thing, and I don't remember where I've heard this before, but I'm like fairly certain this thing contains the universe, or all the energy in the universe, like all of its entropy or something like that. I'm not sure though. It's pretty alright. It's kind of boring though. I'm sure there's more of a story to go with it, but since I'm reading these all in chronological order, I'm not exactly going to be able to discover it, so it's cool, it's whatever, it's fun.